Harry and Meghan. You know that, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so there's a big article in the Daily Mail. Prince Harry should be nervous his unpleasant message to Centre Ballet boss will leak to the public because he's been so outspoken about his wife being bullied in the past.
The person who wrote that article is absolutely convinced that this is true, that he did try and say to her, you need to now try and paint Meghan in a positive PR light. And she was basically saying...
You know that King Charles said something about him being whipped. You know, we keep hearing things consistently coming out from courtiers and people that are close to the royal family.
Okay, so Harry may have dodged the crown, but guess what he couldn't dodge? Graham Norton's savage comeback. Yes, honey, one spicy joke from Britain's sassiest late-night legend, and boom. Harry didn't just lose his cool, he lost the plot. Oh, the drama. Our self-declared Duke of Netflix got absolutely roasted. What was meant to be a playful, cheeky segment turned into a global embarrassment quicker than you can say Megxit. And let's be clear, this wasn't just a few snarky one-liners. Oh no, Graham came in hot with a full-on verbal missile that shattered Harry's carefully polished truth-teller act. By the end, Harry wasn't even there anymore. Not physically, but emotionally dragged across the red couch.
Interesting, sort of how, from what we've heard, the Queen's opinion of Meghan evolved, and it's much like how the country's opinion evolved. I remember actually where exactly I was when Meghan and Harry got married.
The world watched, like literally millions, as Graham, with that deadly combo of charm and razor wit, peeled back the shiny little image Harry has been pushing. And he did not hold back. Nope, the punchlines hit like bricks. The audience was howling, loving every second of it. But over in Montecito, total mayhem. Sources say Harry was mid-call with some big Netflix exec when the clip started circulating. And within seconds, business mode off, meltdown mode on. He slammed the laptop, stormed out, cursing under his breath, while Meghan just stood there, frozen, shocked, silent. And that silence, oh, it said everything. Insiders are whispering that this wasn't just a bad moment, it was the beginning of the unraveling.
Finally at university, I was in a giant park, and much like the public, I think, you know, the Queen thought Meghan was a breath of fresh air, very intelligent, very well-spoken, obviously, from her.
Graham didn't just throw shade, he ripped the curtain clean off a wound Harry thought he'd hidden, and the world, watching it bleed. It took just 6 words, the Duke of Netflix. That's it, said with a smirk, and boom, the audience went wild. But across the ocean, Harry reportedly lost it. Why? Because that joke hit home hard. It exposed the truth he's been dancing around. Can you really leave royal life while milking it for every dime? And Graham didn't invent the idea. But oh, he gave it a name. A deadly, viral, meme-ready name. Twitter exploded, TikTok exploded, Instagram? Oh, a whole circus. Everyone was in on it. Parodies, spoofs, threads, hashtags. It was brutal. And Harry was the punchline.
And you know, she welcomed her, I think, like much of the country, with open arms. I think where things went wrong was clearly the cultural clash. And you mentioned that with Princess Catherine and Meghan.
But the real sting for Harry? It wasn't the joke itself. It was that everyone saw the truth in it. It exposed that big fat contradiction in his whole "I'm just a victim" storyline. You can't slam the institution while profiting off the perks. And Graham, he just said it out loud. And the fallout, instant. PR pros called it a total disaster. Royal watchers? Oh, they called it karma. Harry, he called it betrayal. While Harry reportedly stormed around Montecito flinging his phone, snapping at staff, Meghan's response? Ice, cold. She watched the clip, silence, arms crossed, lips tight, no tears, no yelling, just one cold, hard glare. One insider even said, in that moment, she looked more like a CEO than a spouse. And when she finally spoke, the chill got deeper. She told him, you lost control of the story, that's it. No pity, no hug, just business. Meghan was furious, but not because of the joke. Oh no. She was mad because he flipped out. That kind of tantrum is exactly what their critics live for. Her husband, the prince, acting like a moody teenager. Meghan's been working behind the scenes to build her brand empire, and she was not about to let a royal temper tantrum ruin that blueprint.
Meghan thought she was marrying a billionaire, but was marrying a millionaire with like a sort of a reduced status. So that might have been not appealing eventually. But also, I don't...
Behind those polished mansion doors, Fireworks. The argument got heated. Meghan reportedly snapped at Harry for handing tabloid gold to the press, on a silver platter no less. Harry was cornered, defensive, but Meghan, she didn't care about his feelings. This was about the narrative slipping right out of their hands. That night in Montecito, a mess, total chaos. Meanwhile, over at Buckingham Palace, silence, chilly, smug silence. No comments, no rebuttals. Just the satisfaction of watching someone else land the blow. One palace insider even spilled, "We didn't need to say anything. Graham did it for us." The firm loves these moments. When someone else delivers the drama, they just sit back and sip their tea. But behind closed doors, the big winner was William. The future king kept calm, followed the rules, said nothing, and now? That silence is gold. Graham's killer line, "At least William kept calm and carried on." Harry just kept complaining. Mic drop. Sources say William was briefed the next morning over breakfast. His reaction? A chuckle. That's it. No need for a statement. Every time Harry throws a fit, the monarchy's image gets just a little shiny. And let's be real, every tantrum from sunny California just makes the palace look better. Harry fights for headlines. William builds legacy. Quietly, strategically, the message is clear. Dignity wins. Harry and Meghan banked everything on America. When the British press got salty, they ran to Hollywood, to Oprah, to the glam magazines. They were America's rebellious royals. But now, that magic's fading. U.S. media, once obsessed, is starting to roll its eyes. The View just questioned Harry's relevance. Stephen Colbert cracked a joke about his oversharing, and the most savage line, when the Queen got mad, she called Parliament. When Harry gets mad, he calls Netflix. The WHEW, shots fired.
You end up the sort of furor around her. So it's almost he's now got it back on his foot now. That's how is he going to deal with this?
And babes, this isn't just comedy anymore. It's a shift. America, the land of second chances and reinvention, is starting to run out of patience. Sympathy turning into side eyes. Admiration morphing into mockery. Even Harry and Meghan's once loyal fan pages going dark, quietly disappearing. Hollywood execs, oh, they're pulling away, slowly, like someone backing out of a group chat they regret joining. And Meghan's big lifestyle comeback, her glossy, rebranded empire reportedly stalled. Delays, rewrites, branding issues, and Harry, oh, the word around town is that he's officially labeled difficult in Hollywood circles. Not because of the past, but because of the present. See, when the late night laughs stop being lighthearted and start sounding like direct shots, that's not a joke anymore. That's commentary. That's reputation damage. The message is loud and clear. No one is untouchable, not even the ex-royal golden couple. Graham Norton's roast wasn't just a burn, it was a wake-up call. Their fairy tale isn't just dimming, it's running out of power.
Look good for Harry if it's true of what is supposed to be said in those texts, but it's ultimately the only losers in this are the people who are supposed to be benefiting.
For someone who's been shouting about privacy, Prince Harry sure knows how to put on a performance. After Graham's now legendary Duke of Netflix joke aired, insiders say Harry exploded like a character from a telenovela. Not just yelling, screaming, storming from room to room, tossing tech devices, shouting about betrayal. Staffers reportedly described the scene as utter chaos, phones flying, tablets crashing, and Harry demanding his PR team fix it, like immediately. But how do you fix truth wrapped in comedy? Here's the delicious irony. Harry fled the royal life to escape the pressure, the scrutiny, the control. But now he's trapped in a cage of his own making. Anytime someone dares to critique him, he snaps. Can't take the heat, can't take the jokes. And now people are asking the question out loud, is this really a brave truth teller or just another privileged man throwing a princely tantrum? One former royal aide didn't sugarcoat it. They said bluntly, he's become a caricature. Once he was cheeky, relatable, a people's prince. Now he's moody, defensive, always whining. And jokes, sure, those come and go. But the meltdowns, oh, they stick. They confirm everything the tabloids have been hinting at. Every outburst adds fuel to the fire. In trying to control his own story, Harry has unintentionally become the story, and not in the way he hoped. That bold breakaway they made, the new brand they tried to build, it's on shaky ground. Their image isn't fresh and rebellious anymore. It's overplayed, overdone, and dangerously close to irrelevant. What started as a powerful rejection of tradition has now turned into a Netflix soap opera of overexposure, overreactions, and underwhelming substance. Graham's joke wasn't just funny, it was prophetic, and now the fallout is real. Netflix, reportedly, reconsidering their Sussex strategy. Not because of scandal, but because of oversaturation. Too much drama, not enough delivery. The public is tired of the rants, of the tell-alls, of the endless grievances. And Meghan's brand, that long-awaited lifestyle launch, delayed again. Why? Branding concerns. Translation, the public ain't buying what they're selling. PR experts are circling the wagons. Whispers everywhere say the Sussexes need a total reset. A rebrand, a comeback story. But here's the catch. To do that, they'd have to go quiet, reinvent, reconnect, and right now, silence isn't their strong suit. Their image has become a confusing cocktail: Hollywood sparkle, royal bitterness, and full-blown public fatigue. That's not a brand, that's a crisis. If they don't pivot soon, they won't fade gracefully. They'll fizzle fast. Because no amount of Netflix dollars can keep you relevant if the world's already tuned out. Harry wanted control of the narrative, but now he's the punchline and the world, oh darling, they are not laughing with him.